The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker does something better than any other Zelda game. Back in 2003, when I played it for the first time, there was one thing that took my breath away more than anything else: that overwhelming sense of freedom. Now, while Zelda games like Twilight Princess and Breath of the Wild are significantly bigger and more densely packed, for me, nothing in the series creates an epic sense of freedom quite like The Wind Waker. And recently, I've been thinking about why that might be. Previous Zelda games like Ocarina of Time, as good as it was, sometimes felt like its wings were clipped. And I know that's to be expected, but the endless loading zones made me wish for a Hyrule where I could walk all the way from the field to Goron City without stopping. I mean, how cool would that be? But here on the GameCube, The Wind Waker's Great Sea let me run around Windfall and sail back to Outset at any time. I'd watch islands fade away and then come back into view as I got closer, all without loading screens. It was incredible. More recently, Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom have this too, of course, and then some. But I feel it's The Wind Waker's ocean that taps into something much deeper. The seafaring nature of the game feels more immersive and gives travel a brisker pace. So as you look out over the horizon, it makes a very finite game feel never-ending.
But like so many games built around the novelty of being big, it's, and let's say this together, wide as an ocean, deep as a puddle.
Even though we know now that the game had its cuts in development and some islands are pretty barren, stumbling across them could be exciting in a way Breath of the Wild never seemed to be.
Oh, Pikmin had a better sense of discovery than the Wind Waker. Don't let the heroic music and the seagulls blind you to the fact that all is happening. Replace the ocean with a large green field with the occasional enemy popping up and you'd be playing Breath of the Wild.
It's not a big green field though, is it? I get the sailing was always divisive, but at the very least it gives the game a much grander scope than it really has.
There are two types of gamers: those who love the sailing in The Wind Waker and those who don't. And you guessed it, I love it. For me, it forces you to take in the world. My favourite moment of the game is when we head to Great Fish Isle, a section of the game infamous for the cuts it had during development. This may sound odd, but I actually prefer what we ended up with. Spying on the pirates at Windfall, the dark storm rain lashing all around, the endless night, the tense music, and then walking around a destroyed island all added to the sense of foreboding that made the game feel so alive. And then once the curse is broken and we see that beautiful blue hue wash over the seas again, it gives the feeling that important events are happening all across the seas, all without breaking the flow with constant loading.
Oh my god. Only on this channel could you get all misty-eyed over solid blue nothingness and rain. Let's play a game, everyone. Here's a screenshot of a well-known Zelda game, but I've zoomed it in. Can you guess which game it is? Oh wait, there seems to be some mistake. The game has clearly crashed or bugged out or something. Oh no, wait, it's just The Wind Waker.
Oh yeah, mock the art style, very clever. Like that's never been done before.
Oh, I'll mock more than just the art style. The entire game is a missed opportunity.
You think?
Yeah, well, it started well with Link on the pirate ship, but then they launch him off themselves, and then we get this ornate talking raft and it all goes downhill.
Ornate talking raft?
The game should have kept Link on the pirate ship throughout. Then every boring sailing section could have been replaced with more story and character development. So instead of just boring sailing from Dragon Roost to Forest Haven, you could throw in a couple of missions. Maybe that a pirate falls overboard and Link saves his life. They all learn something from each other, they form bonds, yada yada yada. Tetra gets captured and control of the ship is handed over to Link because they love him now. And away we go!
The Wind Waker stood out like a sore thumb in 2003. Not even its direct sequel captured the same level of adventure. I just wasn't ready for this level of freedom. But that freedom isn't just about having the biggest map or the most stuff to do. It's about trusting the player with a sense of place and the right tools to make their own adventure. When you spot a tiny speck on the horizon and decide to sail towards it, there's this uninterrupted thrill of the unknown. The Wind Waker makes you feel like you're charting your own story. Even now, with open world games bigger than ever, I still find myself longing for the Great Sea. No other Zelda game has captured that same feeling of stepping into a world that feels infinite, even when it isn't.
That's why your idea would never work, Hell. The Wind Waker is about fueling imagination and following your nose. Not being hunkered down at a pirate ship. It may be as deep as a puddle, but you're as free as a bird.
I don't know. Seems to work pretty well in Sea of Thieves. Well, sometimes.
Just because that game has pirates too doesn't mean it's comparable though, does it? And neither is Skull and Bones before you wheel that one out.
Don't worry, I won't. The only similarity between The Wind Waker and Skull and Bones is the feeling of being off and bored.
Well, like Biffa said, you make your own adventure. Nothing signifies the call to adventure quite like open water. You just lack imagination.
No, I just have standards. Big bits of water in gaming are just smoke and mirrors.
For all the sailing, though, I will admit the Wind Waker doesn't have the best journey in the Zelda series.
Oh, really?
Nope.
What does then? Oh, I see what you're doing.
This one does.